Thank you for checking out the Media Marketing Podcast, a place where you can learn all things media and marketing related. Don't miss a beat in boosting your business and your brand. In each episode, you'll gain valuable insights, tools, and strategies to apply to your marketing efforts. And now your host, Brian Cargill.
Today is part of project number 3. When you're the host, Brian will be hosting Karen Munro on his show, the Media Marketing Podcast. This will be in front of you, a live audience. Karen is a marketing professional and business owner of Accudirect, an organization that provides a team approach to helping dissolve your direct marketing needs. Whether it's direct mail, email, or web marketing, Accudirect provides the expertise and tools necessary to break through the advertising clutter and produce results. Please welcome Brian and Karen to the stage. Intro to Direct Marketing with Karen Munro.
All right. Thank you so much, Karen, for joining me on the show. We have a live audience. There we go. That's awesome. Great to hear from you guys.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, Karen, we have a few questions here, but maybe you can give us a little bit of background behind Accudirect and how the business came about.
The business came about over a lunch. I had been fired from my director of information technology job, and the person I was having lunch with had been fired as the chief financial officer of the same company a year prior to me. And he asked me if I could do anything I wanted, what would I do? And I just off the top of my head mentioned this business, doing database management and direct marketing for people. He decided to fund it, and I bought him out. And that was our deal. It started over lunch.
Wow. That's awesome. I guess when you think back at those initial starts and stages and you're starting to dream big, were you overwhelmed, or what were some of those first steps that you took?
Well, back then, and this is a long time ago before the laptop, and we were using mainframe computers. First, he had to buy all the software to do the jobs that we wanted to do. And then we used other people's computers at night to get the work done before we bought our own computer. So it's those baby steps and having a second job to pay my bills.
That's awesome. And so now you've been able to make a business out of it. What's your favorite part about the business, or the client work, or talking with people? Do you have a favorite?
My favorite is the different things that people are selling, whether it's themselves or a product, the different ways they go about it, and their whole philosophy on how they want to talk to their customer.
That's awesome. That's great. So really getting to know them. And then I guess to bring our audience up to speed, because we don't have a marketing audience here today, maybe you can break down Accudirect. I thank you, Jerry, for that wonderful intro, but I think some of us know what email is. We've received things in the mail, but maybe you can kind of bridge the gap for our audience here.
Let me do it with one of my favorite clients, which is Mudhole Fishing Poles. Now, they sell bass fishing poles to fishermen. It is the ugliest catalog you've ever seen. But they're selling to fishermen, and the fishermen love it. So they have a schedule of when they're going to send it, all the products that are needed for every different type of season, and they know exactly when to contact their people. And that's their marketing scheme.
Gotcha. Oh, that's great. So I think, you're able to just kind of get their customers, identify their customers, and then send them the materials that get them excited about the product. I guess, what are some of the things that are essential for a great campaign, or if someone wants to go out there and sell their product? Do you help them really identify that message, or what stages do you help kind of hold their hand through that process?
All clients are different because some have internal marketing departments and some do not. So we'll do part or all of a job, and we'll also collaborate with other people. My favorite part that I like to focus on is making sure that we get either the mail piece, the email, or driving the people onto the website. You need to know exactly how to contact the person, have the right mailing address, and make sure they're an actual buyer. So the other half that we do is after every campaign, we do a match back of those people that bought to see and make sure that those people that we sent to actually purchased.
Which is huge because that's the analytical side of everything, seeing what their return on their investment is, and you're actually able to provide those numbers and provide those statistics for them, right?
Yes, and it's become more difficult for a lot of our customers to do it with them selling so much on the web or through Amazon, because they have all this data coming from different places. They don't have one customer number. So it takes a lot of analytical things, merge, purging, finding out exactly that this one client who bought 10 times is actually the same person.
Whereas, some of that information can get muddled a little bit. So
when it used to be all where people just called up on the phone and ordered, it was easy to identify their customer number and find them. Now that people are coming in through their cell phone, and they're coming in through the web, or they're coming in through Amazon and through a totally different site, a third-party site. So that makes it more difficult for them to take all that data and make sure it's the exact same person.
Gotcha. Interesting. So things have kind of changed throughout time, because you started this business a handful of years ago, right? And so you've had to weather technology, whether now we have the educated buyer where people want to research, so maybe they receive that info, but that's not the only time that they get that information.
Correct.
What's that been like, kind of weathering each of these different storms?
It's been kind of fun. I would say the number one thing why everyone needs a website is to make sure that it just shows the customer that you're legitimate. And that's the main reason, because that's no longer a good selling tool.
Yeah, I know you kind of have to do all these other things around it, and so all these different channels for people to find your product and get excited about the things that you sell and provide for your clients. What do you currently see people doing for direct marketing, or what's a big thing that people are doing that you see, oh, that's a big mistake, maybe you should change things in the future?
The one thing I would recommend to everyone is whatever you do, do it 3 times at least. The first time to introduce yourself to the customer, the second time to reinforce that, and the third time to make sure it's really going to be a sale. To send out anything, whether it be an email or a mailing piece just once, is not very effective. You really need to have a campaign and do it over a set amount of times.
Yeah, kind of build a relationship with the client, right?
And it might be that you want to use a different channel for each one of those too.
Yeah, kind of do something else in tandem, so that way they're seeing the email, they're getting something in the mail, all these things are working together, just different touch points, right?
Correct.
A big thank you to our sponsors over at songtub.com. That's right, song or music and a tub, like a bath, but more fun to say. Tub. Anyway, you can check out Songtub's website for any of your music needs. In fact, the song playing in the background right now is from Songtub. So why pick them over anyone else? Well, they curate the music. And I know the guys, so that means I know that they're selecting great music for your project. A lot of other companies will brag about how many songs they have, maybe 100,000, 200,000, maybe even 1 million. But honestly, I don't have time for that. I don't have the time to just sit down and go next, a song not so great, trying to figure out where the best music is. Songtub.com, great place to get your music, and now I'm excited to offer you the first month for free if you go to songtub.com/pro, P-R-O, and we have a promo code for you. Yes, that's right, my name, your host, Brian, B-R-Y-A-N, and that will give you your first month free to have access to a huge music library that you can use towards your next video project, podcast, or any of your general audio needs. Anyway, back to the show. Do you have any favorite campaigns or a big success story? You mentioned one client, but anything where someone went from they had 0 sales or no one knew who they were, you guys came in and really did a great job for them?
Probably our best one has to do with chocolate. It was a chocolate company. And we used to do their Christmas mailings for them besides just their catalogs, where we would mail to, they did a lot of corporate sales. So we would mail out their catalog with an order form with a list of everybody they'd bought for the previous year, exactly what they've bought, and the little message that they put on the chocolate. And that was a huge success, and it was so big they had to go to other people because we could not handle the business anymore.
Wow. And I think that's a great point. So what is a typical kind of client size that you guys work with?
We work with all sizes, but if you're going to do a huge mailing, of course, I'm working with a printer in the Midwest. And those are the companies that already have an in-house staff. Mm-hmm. In this particular case, they went to an automated inserting system that's only done in the Midwest, and that it was a full-service company, and they required for them to be able to use their services, they had to use all their services.
Gotcha. Okay, so just kind of breaking down some of that for the audience here. That's just like, so they can do everything in-house, and then they help their client throughout all the stage of financial services, or it was the chocolate company. So when you say full service chocolate company, they're able to kind of do everything. They're able to manufacture the chocolate, ship it out, all the whole 9 yards.
Exactly, cool. and you had to buy the whole package.
Gotcha. That's awesome. Well, congratulations on that success, and I really appreciate you coming onto the show, Karen. Is there anything else you'd want the audience to know before we kind of wrap things up?
I think never forget about direct marketing. I think it's still the best source because the mail box is empty. Make it simple. Do it often. Never forget about emails. And the new thing is, of course, what you're into, which is YouTube's and actual having the visual on the website with podcasts and things like that.
Oh yeah, getting that emotional connection. But yeah, like you said, people are still checking their mail. People still want to clear out their email inbox. So there's different techniques, and now we just have more touch points with the client, which is really exciting. And to build that relationship with them. So if anyone is interested and wants more information, you can go to Accudirect Northwest. That's ACCUDIRECT.NW.com, and you can find out more information about Karen's business. And if you have any questions, you can circle up with Karen after today's meeting. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, appreciate it, Karen. And thank you. You guys have been a great audience, and that's all for the show.
A cactus knows how to survive. It can endure scorching heat, limited rainfall, and defends itself against critters daily. Your business is no different. To survive harsh conditions, it's important to develop deep roots using media content that'll continuously nourish and support your marketing efforts day after day. Tactus Media is here to help you determine a strategy and create media content. Together, let's map out the next sequence of videos, podcasts, and social media to help your business thrive. Work with Tactus Media, media tactics that stick. Ouch! Visit tactusmedia.com to learn more. I want to say a big thanks for tuning into the Media Marketing Podcast. Please subscribe to get notifications for new episodes, which are coming out every Thursday morning, or at least we're striving for that. Feel free to visit our Facebook page where you can like and join the media marketing community. This is a good resource for collaborating, sharing ideas with other media creators, marketers, and those just looking to build their network. So until next time.